Meet the P-47 Thunderbolt, America's heavyweight champ of the World War II skies. With a radial engine and 8 50 caliber machine guns, this beast didn't just fly, it thundered. Nicknamed the JUG, it was tough, it was fast, and it could take a beating. Escorting bombers deep into enemy territory, it held its own against nimble foes, and often came back riddled with holes, but still flying. And it wasn't just a fighter. The P-47 was a ground attack monster, dropping bombs and unleashing rockets with devastating precision. Over 15,000 built, thousands of missions flown, the Thunderbolt didn't just fight, it protected, punished, and prevailed. A true legend of the skies. Okay, so we've got some interior green on some of the areas, and we have started the initial assembly. See the clamps there holding the tail section together. And then we're going to turn our attention to the beautifully detailed interior cockpit. So like I mentioned, we've got the interior green on. So here we are working on the black areas. And then we're going to give that a nice little wash and focus on the details of the dials. You can see I've dry brushed this, giving it a nice sort of chipped effect. And there you have it. So you can see how these side sections attach to the floor. But yeah, some really gorgeous detail there, and quite happy with how that interior turned out. We've also done a bit of a wash on the undercarriage section, and also some dry brushing on the fuselage there. Okay, this is the cockpit fully assembled, and you can see this goes together like a little jigsaw with some side pieces, and this is all very nice and snug. There's the side bit that clips to the fuselage. Now, you'll note that this is not glued. This is dry fitted at this point, and yeah, fits together very nice and snug. Here we are just gluing the dashboard in, and there you have it. That is one finished cockpit. Now, here is that hook section that I talked about, and you can see that clips onto the fuselage section here. And then that section there sits under this lip. And you will see this again is dry fitted, and yet look, snug as a glove. That's not going anywhere. But yeah, so then we taped the tail section to the fuselage, and we glued the wings on, and here I am holding the wings together. But yeah, before you know it, you have something that looks very much like a Thunderbolt. And yeah, here it is. Looking pretty good. Gorgeous fit. Not a lot of seam lines there. Generally looking pretty good. Now, one of the things I noticed is that there was a slight offset with the cockpit. So to rectify this, initially I tried holding it by hand, and it simply didn't work. So what I did is I wedged a cocktail stick. There we go. You can see me holding that there. That didn't work. But then I wedged a cocktail stick in there until it was nice and level, and got some glue on there and let that dry overnight. And yeah, that did the trick. So we're ready for priming then. So I've got some putty there in the undercarriage sections just to block those off. And yeah, that's all black and ready for the D-Day invasion stripes. So I've masked off the black sections and now need to get some white on that, and also some khaki on the top section. Okay, there you have it with the white stripes. And you can see I'm sort of masking this up. So I'm taking the tape that I used, moving that to the outer white section on both sides, and then I will tape up the middle section with a wider piece of tape. That's a really clever way of doing invasion stripes. And then we are ready for the silver sections. And after a lot of masking tape removal, we have our JUG. And that's looking really cool. Now I need to do the cowling. Obviously this is going to be the iconic black and white checkered nose from Duxford. I also need to touch up the wing there. You can see the tape pulled away the a little bit of the paint. Also now need to paint the engine. There you go, there's a close-up of the tape. Okay, here we are painting the engine. And yeah, that looks really cool. Quite happy with that. And yeah, then we get the decals on, and you can see I've been doing a side-by-side view, side-by-side build, sorry, with the Mustang. And then yeah, we're going to get a little pin wash on there. These tiny little details that we just bring out and really make this model look pretty decent. So yeah, very happy with this pair. Now we are ready for the undercarriage. So you can see I've got that stood upside down. And now we're putting a varnish over these decals. And I then want to turn my attention to the cockpit canopy, which is going to sit on the top here. And you can see I've masked that up. I've kept those separate because I want to airbrush those in silver, as you can see here. And then we can glue those down and peel off the mask. And here you have it then. An absolutely beautiful P-47 Thunderbolt in Duxford markings. And with the D-Day invasion stripes as well. It's really gorgeous in that sort of black and white. You see the wash on the propeller there. Really happy with this one. But yeah, I've talked enough. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do think about liking this video and subscribing. And yeah, if you've got any questions about modelling techniques I've used, hit me up in the comments section. And yeah, I will catch you on the next one, guys. And I will leave you with some more beauty shots of this lovely model.